Good morning. I am going to read you Tissue, Please. Frog and his friends did everything together. Look, they're all eating a snack on the block. At recess, they played hopscotch and jumped rope together. And in class, they sat at the same table and studied together. When they had runny noses, they sniffled and snuffled together. They announced as they wiped their nose on their arms. "Amen," Mr. Stage replied. After school, Frog and his friends rode their bikes to dance class together. They were practicing for their recital. Frog loved his ballet class. Later, he had a hard time concentrating. He still had a runny nose, which makes it very difficult to dance. Frog rang out. When his friends heard him, they remembered their noses were running too. Soon the whole class was one huge choir of sniffles and snuffles as they wiped their noses on their arms. Miss Tutu was so disgusted. All she could say was yuck. "Oh, we don't wipe our hands or arms with our nose, do we?" At home, Frog was enjoying his dinner of potato bug soup and fish crackers. He was in the middle of a big slurp when he realized he needed to sniffle. Frog started. "That is not polite at the table," interrupted his father. Frog's mother leaped out of the room and came back with a box of tissues. "Please use this instead," she suggested. Frog blew his nose into the tissue and was amazed at how well it worked. His nose felt great. "And here is an extra tissue to keep in your pocket," added his father, "just in case." It was the day of the big dance recital. Frog and his friends jumped across the stage into place. The crowd oohed as the curtain rose. And in the middle of the grand plie, Frog's nose began to drip. So he sniffled, but it didn't work. Frog was getting ready for a gigantic snuffle when he noticed his teacher watching him off stage. Then suddenly Frog remembered a tissue. Frog quickly hopped over and took a tissue out of the box on the piano and hopped back into place. He blew his nose and finished his plie in one grand move, waving the tissue over his head. Frog's friends were impressed. They each pirouetted across the stage, grabbing a tissue mid-twirl. They blew their nose in a loud symphony. Then one by one they waved the tissue over their head and danced over and flung them in the trash. Miss Tutu was so proud all she could say was "Bravo!" The audience was impressed. "Encore!" they yelled. And from that day on, the dance of the tissue box fairies was the big finale at every dance recital. The end. Just remember, if you need to blow your nose or your nose is running, grab a tissue.